Hi, I'm Heidi Anderson, and the piece I listened to was the British broadcast film Superman main theme, and overall, I really thoroughly enjoyed listening to it. However, I love watching Superman anyway, so I've heard this theme song a million times, and it's definitely what I expected and more, and meets all the criteria of music considering being organized, purposeful, temporal, human made, and so much more that we've talked about in class with this orchestral arrangement. Personally, I really think they did a fantastic job on this piece, especially when I first listened to it. I loved how, right from the start, they started off very strong yet slow, almost as if this strong character was about to walk in and save the day from the terrible situation. One thing I loved at the start was the percussion and the low brass feature, how it took on the character as a superhero and sounded very heroic like. When the piece started off, it took on the role of urgency and very frightening situation that the heroic figure had to take on and come save the day. However, I wouldn't say that I would relate to this piece, even though it was so beautiful and amazing, because it took on roles that I don't really consider relating to. For example, it represented this strong, heroic person, and in a sense, I'm not that kind of person who considers themselves as the star of the show and has this grand entrance, and instead I'm more of a person that takes on a role behind the scenes like a normal person. So I would say the piece is made for this very important role, Superman, heroic kind of figure in a sense. As far as terms discussing the elements of music chapter of what I did and didn't like, I would say I like the homophonic texture of the arrangement because it gives these main strong chords throughout the entirety of the music, which gives it a strong base and foundation for the arrangement, and is very easy on the ears for every listener compared to monophonic and polyphonic textures in music. It also keeps the listener's attention, in my opinion, because personally I focused on the main theme, which was a superhero like human saving this, well, having this grand entrance and coming to save the day from that situation. So to me personally, I really liked that about the piece. I also loved how the arrangement used so many different musical families to create this beautiful masterpiece and create different scenes using different musical instrumentation, and they did amazing at giving those separate families different features throughout the entirety of the piece, and also all together and using it in a very amazing way. I also love the rhythm because it gave a build up to the main scene where the superhero finally comes and saves the day. So I love how the rhythm almost keeps you on the edge of your seat because you don't know what's going to happen next. I also loved how the dynamic played a huge part in this piece and created something more detailed than us as listeners could have ever imagined, because at first it was mezzo forte yet subtle, and then it becomes very loud and strong with the clash of the sounds and everything, and in a sense it takes on a strong sense of a character as if the superhero flew out and appeared. And I would say, to be honest, the terms from Unit 1 helped give me a new awareness to be more aware of the different things that I hear in a song now and have more appreciation for those elements that create music. However, the things that are more technical would still be a little hard, but overall it would give me more of an awareness to hear the different elements of a piece. But I've grown up in band throughout middle school and high school, so in a way I've learned already how to be critical of those elements of a song, for instance, the rhythm, dynamics, pitch, etc. Finally, I think it's very cool and interesting to mix movie themes and symphony orchestra because it gives you just a glimpse of a different side of the piece, but yet still relates back to the main theme in a stronger way to me personally, and gives me more enjoyment listening to that arrangement. So overall, I thought it was a wonderful mix and a beautiful piece to listen to.